Okay, we're going to be doing this test as if it's under exam conditions, but we'll only be doing one section at a time. After each section, we'll be then checking the answers. So make sure that you stay until the end because I don't know the answers. I am just going with the flow, as you might say, and doing the exam as if I'm in a real exam. So please make sure you stay until the end or skip to chapter 2 of this video to check the answers. Okay, so we're going to start now with book number 11, test number 1. You know how it works. I don't know the answers to these. I'm just going to try and do it. So make sure you go to the next for the step-by-step reasons for my choices and for the actual answers right at the end for the official answers. Okay, so let's get going.
Test 1. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between an official at a village hall and a woman who wants to hire a public room. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I wanted to inquire about hiring a room in the village hall for the evening of September the 1st.
Let me just see. Yes, we have both rooms available that evening. There's our main hall, that's got seating for 200 people. Or there's the Charlton room.
Sorry?
The Charlton room. CHARLTON. That's got seating for up to 100.
Well, we're organising a dinner to raise money for a charity, and we're hoping for at least 150 people. So, I think we'll go for the main hall. How much would that cost?
Let's see. You wanted it for the evening of September the 1st?
Yes, that's a Saturday.
So from 6 p.m. to midnight, that'd be £115. That's the weekend price. It's £75 on weekdays.
That's all right.
And I have to tell you, there's also a deposit of £250, which is returnable, of course, as long as there's no damage. But we do insist that this is paid in cash. We don't take cards for that. You can pay the actual rent of the room however you like, though. Cash, credit card, cheque.
Oh, well, I suppose that's okay. So, does the charge include use of tables and chairs and so on?
Oh, yes.
And what about parking?
Yeah, that's all included. The only thing that isn't included is, you said you were organising a dinner?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to pay extra for the kitchen if you want to use that. It's £25. It's got very good facilities, good quality cookers and fridges and so on.
OK. Well, I suppose that's all right. We can cover the cost in our entry charges.
Right, so I'll make a note of that. Now, there are just one or two things you need to think about before the event. For example, you'll have to see about getting a licence if you're planning to have any music during the meal.
Oh, really?
It's quite straightforward. I'll give you the details later on. And about a week or 10 days before your event, you'll need to contact the caretaker, that's Mr. Evans, to make the arrangements for entry. He'll sort that out with you.
And do I give him the payment as well?
No, you do that directly with me.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Right. Now, is there anything I need to know about what happens during the event?
Well, as you'll be aware, of course, the building is no smoking throughout.
Of course.
Now, are you having a band?
Yes.
Well, they'll have a lot of equipment, so rather than using the front door, they should park their van round the back and use the stage door there. You can open that from inside, but don't forget to lock it at the end.
OK.
And talking of bands, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but you must make sure that no one fiddles about with the black box by the fire door. That's a system that cuts in when the volume reaches a certain level. It's a legal requirement.
Sure. Anyway, we want people to be able to talk to one another, so we don't want anything too loud. Oh, that reminds me. We'll be having speeches. Are there any microphones available?
Yep, just let the caretaker know. He'll get those for you. Right, now, when the event is over, we do ask that the premises are left in good condition. So there's a locked cupboard, and you'll be informed of the code you need to open that. It's got all the cleaning equipment, brushes and detergent and so on.
Right. So what do we need to do after everyone's gone? Sweep the floors, I suppose?
Well, actually, they have to be washed, not just swept. Then you'll be provided with black plastic bags, so all the rubbish must be collected up and left outside the door.
Of course. We'll make sure everything's left tidy. Oh, and I forgot to ask. I presume we can have decorations in the room?
Yes, but you must take them down afterwards.
Sure.
And the chairs and tables should be stacked up neatly at the back of the room.
I'll make sure I've got a few people to help me.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, now we're going to check the answers. Let's get cracking and see if we can check the step-by-step reasons for my answers. Let's go.
Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between an official at a village hall and a woman who wants to hire a public room.
Okay, so an official, or is somebody that represents the government or represents some form of higher leadership, and then a village hall, so it would be a public room, a large public room in a village, and a woman who wants to hire a public room, so she wants to hire out some part of the hall, which in this case, sometimes a hall is just a single big room, but in this case obviously is more than one room in this hall. Okay, let's go.
First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. Now we shall begin.
Notice she did mention in the in the example, the way she wrote it said there's seating, in the main hall there's seating for 200 people, and then there's the Charlton room. That's a full stop there in the real exam, but you've got the idea that they're going to start talking about a different type of room. There you've got the word room written already, and it says 100 seats, so you can assume that they're going to talk about Charlton room, but always make sure you can spell it correctly. So you may not know how to spell this. It's a typical English surname. I don't know, it could be from the town of Charlestown, which became Charlton. But anyway, now let's check if we're right. Check the spelling.
You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording to 6.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I wanted to inquire about hiring a room in the village hall for the evening of September the 1st.
Let me just see. Yes, we have both rooms available that evening. There's our main hall, that's got seating for 200 people. Or there's the Charlton room.
Sorry?
The Charlton room. CHARLTON. That's got seating for up to 100.
Well, we're organising a dinner to raise money for a charity, and we're hoping for at least 150 people. So, I think we'll go for the main hall. How much would that cost?
Let's see. You wanted it for the evening of September the 1st?
Yes, that's a Saturday.
Okay, so you got the word Saturday there. That'll be important later.
So from 6 p.m. to midnight, that'd be £115.
Okay, now just double check that you know the different way to say these words. So if I write it out completely, notice the pronunciation for this. The stress for the first one here, number 1 here, the stress for this is on the first syllable, 50. So there's 2 syllables, 50. So shorter sound in the second. However, this is 15, and notice that the way I said that, the stress is on the second syllable, and then there's a shorter, weaker sound in the first syllable. So 15, 15, 15, 50, 50. Okay, so the only possible one that fits here is number 2. Let's listen again to the sound.
That'd be £115. That's the weekend price. It's £75 on weekdays.
Okay, so there's your distractor, £75 on weekdays, but you need to know that Saturday is on the weekend and therefore £115.
That's all right.
And I have to tell you, there's also a deposit of £250, which is returnable, of course, as long as there's no damage. But we do insist that this is paid in cash.
So it is paid in cash, the verb to pay. Here it's passive voice, and they changed it to the noun form, payment. So payment in cash or cash payment is required. Notice that, well, let's listen more.
We don't take cards for that. You can pay the actual rent of the room however you like, though. Cash, credit card, cheque.
Oh.
Okay, so you can pay for this, the rent of the room, in any way you like. Cash, credit card, cheque. But the deposit itself needs to be paid in cash.
Well, I suppose that's okay. So, does the charge include use of tables and chairs and so on?
Oh, yes.
And what about parking?
Yeah, that's all included.
So all included, there's the word include and the word also, so the only possible answer here is parking.
The only thing that isn't included is, you said you were organising a dinner?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to pay extra for the kitchen if you want to
Okay, the key word there, extra, related to the word additional.
use that. It's £25. It's got very good facilities, good quality cookers and fridges and so on.
OK. Well, I suppose that's all right. We can cover the cost in our entry charges.
Right, so I'll make a note of that. Now, there are just one or two things you need to think about before the event. For example, you'll have to see about getting a licence if you're planning to have any music during the meal.
Oh, really?
It's quite straight.
Okay, so music license. Music is a noun. License is a noun, but remember we can put them together. This becomes an adjective in this case, so a music license, and we can put them together. License for music, music license. Usually that can work in English.
Straightforward. I'll give you the details later on. And about a week or 10 days before your event, you'll need to contact the caretaker, that's Mr. Evans, to make the arrangement.
So a few days before your event, okay, and in advance.
For entry. He'll sort that out with you.
Okay, so you can make the arrangements for entry. Now, especially in section 1, it's very unlikely that they will ask you to change the form of the word. So you're not going to change the word from entry to entrance, or enter is the verb. But however, this might be the case late in other sections, section 3 certainly, or section 4. But what you hear is what you write down, usually in section 1 and section 2. Okay, so arrange entry. What else did I want to say? So make arrangements for entry. Oh yes, and this is a strong collocation. To arrange entry is very formal, but it means to give you the keys and maybe something else, give you the code if it's got an alarm system attached to it or something like that. So this is the collocation, arrange entry.
And do I give him the payment as well?
No, you do that directly with me.
Okay, and the collocation arrange payment is also a strong collocation. That's one of the reasons she's put that distractor there, because arrange payment means to take down the card number, or especially if it's done by electronic means. There's other ways you would do to arrange payment, hand over the receipt, all that sort of thing. So that is why this is a distractor.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Right. Now, is there anything I need to know about what happens during the event?
Well, as you'll be aware, of course, the building is no smoking throughout.
Of course.
Now, are you having a band?
Yes.
Well, they'll have a lot of equipment, so rather than using the front door, they should park their van round the back and use the stage door there.
Okay, a stage, I'll show you a picture of a stage up there, but a stage door is the door that is usually a double set of double doors to allow for large pieces of equipment to go through. So you open the stage doors. They're not the front doors, they're usually on the side of a building, and they lead directly to the stage, and I'll show you a picture of a stage up here.
You can open that from inside, but don't forget to lock it at the end.
Okay.
And talking of band...
So notice there's two more things he wants to talk about. But you know that you need to... What did you say? From 6 to 10, I think she made us look at, yeah? From question 7 to 10. Okay, I don't know why it's done that, very strange. But question 7 to 10, so even though he's going to talk for some time here, you maybe listen for the word microphone and you'll know that he's about to start talking about the next section. So at this stage, go on to the next section, or even go down here until you hear the word microphone. Don't waste time listening for stuff you don't need to.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but you must make sure that no one fiddles about with the black box by the fire door. That's a system that cuts in when the volume reaches a certain level.
Okay, and the other word I can listen for is after the event or once the event is finished, or any synonym like that. Then you can start listening for question 8.
It's a legal requirement.
Sure. Anyway, we want people to be able to talk to one another, so we don't want anything too loud. Oh, that reminds me. We'll be having speeches. Are there any microphones available?
Okay, and there we got the word microphone. So they're still talking about this and wasting your time. That's very annoying.
Yep, just let the caretaker know. He'll get those for you. Right, now, when the event is over, we do ask that...
Okay, when something is, I wrote up there, finished, but we can also say over, and that is a synonym for when it's over, when it's finished, after the event. Something is usually an event. When the event is over or when the event is finished.
The premises are left in good condition. So there's a locked cupboard, and you'll be informed of the code you need to...
Okay, you'll be informed of that. Listen to the intonation. Often what happens is that the key word, the word that you need to fill in, is longer, and the stress is stronger on the words that you need to fill in. So listen again to the way he says it.
Locked cupboard, and you'll be informed of the code you need to open that.
Informed of the code you need to open that. Okay, so listen out for intonation like this. That's often a signal that the answer is sitting there.
It's got all the cleaning equipment, brushes and detergent and so on.
Right. So, what do we need to do after everyone's gone? Sweep...
Sorry, I just wanted to double check something. Okay, you'll be informed. So informed in relating to the word no. Okay.
Locked cupboard, and you'll be informed of the code you need to open that. It's got all the cleaning equipment, brushes and detergent and so on.
Right. So, what do we need to do after everyone's gone? Sweep the floors, I suppose?
Well...
If you sweep the floors, I'll show you a picture of a broom, and a broom that's sweeping the floors up there, so you can see what she means by that. But he says no, it's not sweeping the floors, because he uses this honey lexis. Well, actually, they have to be washed, and they refers back to floors. So the only possible answer for 9 is floors.
Well, actually, they have to be washed, not just swept. Then you'll be provided with black plastic bags, so all the rubbish must be collected up and left outside the door.
Of course. We'll make sure everything's left tidy. Oh, and I forgot to ask. I presume...
I wrote down here posters because that collocates. You put up posters on the wall with some blue tack or press stick or whatever you call it in your country, and then the opposite is to take down. I only did that. I know that the likelihood of this being the answer is very low, but at least it's getting my mind ready to listen for something that's similar, something that's going to be able to be put up in a quick fashion. Maybe it takes only 1 hour to put them all up, and then 30 minutes to take them down. Okay, so I didn't expect this to be the answer, but it's only to get my mind ready for the most probable answer for number 10.
we can have decorations in the room?
Yes.
Okay, decorations. So check the spelling.
But you must take them down afterwards.
Sure.
And the chairs and tables should be stacked up neatly at the back of the room.
I'll make sure I've got a few people to help me.
I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Be sure to check out all these other videos in this series to help you to improve your listening skills even further.